Hey Houseplanters, welcome back to Millennial Planter. I am Marina and this is my channel where I talk about all things houseplant related. Today I kind of want to do a fun video. I know I say that a lot about my videos, but I want to do like a little growth update just because these are really my favorites and it's officially spring and I just want to share all my growth updates because my plants are going wild and it's really exciting and it's really nice to concentrate on a plant that hasn't grown in a while and is growing now. It just brings me so much joy in a really hectic time in the world, if you know what I mean. So let's just all concentrate on the new growth that's going on in the garden, in our indoor jungles, and I would love to hear all the new growth that's going on in your jungle as well. So share them in the comments below or in a video if you have a YouTube channel. So hi, welcome. Let's get into the video. So we might as well start with this plant. This is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, and it was once it was once as tall as this stick here. This is just a bamboo stick I got from Home Depot, and as you can see I cut it quite drastically, probably about 3 nodes. There's 2 vines on here, so I cut 3 nodes on both vines, and one was for a giveaway and one was for a plant swap, and now each vine is easily pushing out 5 new areas of new growth. New growth happening here, 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 here. I mean, it's mind-blowing how much this has pushed out. Like, wow, these vines are going to be so bushy. I cannot wait, and I can't wait for it to start growing tall again. I wasn't really worried about this plant because these guys grow super fast. So I just can't wait to see what it's going to look like when everything is coming through. The next plant I'm really excited to see new growth on is my Scindapsus pictus exotica. So I mean, you can see the leaf right there. This one has 3 new leaves that are either unfurling or about to unfurl, and I've had this plant for a while now and it's really given me a hard time with growing. It has just been surviving, to say the least. It had one little trail, but I cut it for a plant swap, and ever since then it just hasn't grown. All the new growth would die off, like it would just turn black and crispy, and I found out that that's usually a sign of like underwatering too much. Like I was just missing a watering while it was pushing out that new growth. So what I've noticed with this plant is it likes to be watered more frequently when it's like in the beginning stages of pushing out something new, which I'm sure all plants are like that, but I feel like this one particularly is just really particular about that. So I started upping the water a little bit, and now all the new growth is coming in great and it's not dying off, and I cannot wait for this plant to just trail and just see how it goes. It even has some new growth coming in from the bottom there, as you can see, so really exciting. I just want all my babies to trail. Man, I'm trying to like choose which one to talk about next, but honestly I'm just really excited about all of this new growth. Okay, now my Calathea ornata, I've had this since August, you guys. August. Almost 8 months, and this guy has only pushed out 1 leaf for me. 1 leaf. Good times. And the other day I saw it and it is starting to push out another leaf. Can you guys see that? It's right here. Oh, this pot's heavy. I saw that it did have another new growth area coming in somewhere down there, but I let it dry out, so the new growth dried out as well. So I'm really keeping an eye on that and not letting it dry out because I need another leaf so bad. This was the newest leaf that came out some months ago, and as you can see it is a lot bigger than everything else, so I'm really excited to see where this leaf will go and if it's going to be bigger. I hope so. Yeah, I was actually terrified of having this Calathea. This was my first Calathea ever, and it is still going strong, and I'm not really sure how. Okay, this one is quite easily my biggest comeback yet. We all know about my beautiful orbifolia, Calathea orbifolia, and how I had a lot of bacteria issues with it, and then like burnt black spots all over it. So I cut a lot of the leaves that had that ugly black in it because it was just driving me mad. And now, look at this, guys. Look at this. There's one leaf there, one leaf there. Like some over here, some over here. I mean, I think it's pushing out 7 leaves right now, guys. Literally 7 leaves just all coming out, and what? This is incredible. Oh man, I can't believe it. I keep looking at the leaves to see how they're gonna look inside, like just to make sure there's no more bacteria. And I don't really know. I kind of feel like one of them has some black spots on them. So I might have to still treat this with some more fungicide. But I don't know, like some of the leaves look like they still have some spots and then some of them don't. So we're just gonna see what happens when they all unfurl. If they have some spots, I'm just gonna cut them back again because clearly this plant is capable of a huge comeback, and it is happy with me. So that's what I know, and I'm really happy about that. Next we have my Begonia maculata whitei. This was a Home Depot find from Costa Farms, and as you can see, mine is kind of sad. It had a lot of damaged leaves, and I went to 3 different Home Depots for this, and I ended up getting this one from a Home Depot that's like 30 minutes away from me, like in another town completely. And I don't regret buying it because I have not seen the trending tropicals pop up again in any of my Home Depots, so I love this begonia so much. But I ended up taking off almost all its leaves. It only had 2 leaves left, and that was a little over a month ago, and now it's pushing out tons of new leaves, and that's amazing. It's really cool seeing the begonia push out the leaves because they come out like this. They'll push through, and there'll be tiny little leaves, and then they just grow, and it is so cool to see. And then one day it's going to be big. And this one is still a Home Depot one, so that's why it's crispy. I'll probably end up cutting that as well, but yeah, it's really nice, and it still has some new ones coming through as well. So that's been fun to see. I really just love begonias, king begonias. They're just so pretty. So a little while ago, probably in the fall time, I came out with a video about plants I was struggling with, and one of them was a pothos. I had a pothos cutting from my cousin's plant, and it just had 3 leaves for months. I don't remember how many months, but for months, and it wasn't growing at all. It went from being all green to becoming more of like a marbled pothos, and that was cool because it was like right by my window, so I knew it was getting plenty of sunlight. And so what I ended up doing was just kind of upping the water, not letting it dry out as much, and giving it some newt, and I really feel like that helps because now it is just taking off. It's officially started vining as well, if you could see that right there. And if you look at the colors, I don't know if, I hope that the camera's picking it up. Yeah, you could see it. You can see the variegation. It was all green when I got it. It was just 3 leaves, and now all of it's coming out like really marbled and variegated, and my cat kind of chewed on it a couple times, so that's what that is. But it's really cool, and now I have this neon pothos with it because I want it to trail all together. But this one currently isn't growing either, so I'm going to have to start watering it more frequently. It's nice that this pothos is actually acting like a pothos and growing really easily for me and fast. So, yay! Next, I have this Philodendron branditianum, And as you can see, these two leaves here are new. And I was actually given this plant to me by Elvie, and she sent it to me in December. And I think it did have some cold damage to it. I let it sit in water too long, and I'm not really sure what happened. I think it just had a weird transition process. So these are the first two leaves that I've gotten since December, and that's really exciting because this plant is so pretty. It was the plant that I didn't know I needed until I got it. I just love the silver to the leaves. It's so pretty. So I just recently cut off one leaf that was badly damaged from shipping, and this is one leaf left, and this one. So those two are shipping leaves, and I'm just really excited to see what that little bud's gonna be when it unfurls, and hopefully it'll just start growing regular. I ended up re-rooting this completely in water. Like, it just grew new roots in water, and it started shooting up this tiny little leaf. And while that was beginning to unfurl, I put it in soil, and I put some rooting hormone in it and watered it with Super Thrive just to help that transition. And that seemed to help because it didn't have a problem transitioning to soil, and as you could see, it has a new leaf, so it must be happy. And I've been giving this a lot of bright light, so hopefully we are on the road to recovery, and it just keeps on giving me new babies. And my second to last one is this lemon lime maranta, and this guy is just going crazy. I'm gonna have to start cutting it a little bit and propagating it just to fill out this part. But I mean, do you see those leaves it's pushing out? This guy's always pushing out at least 2 leaves. This is a new one that's unfurling. It has another one coming in right there. I mean, everybody needs this plant in their life. It will love you so much. Doesn't require much humidity. I water it 50% of the time with regular water and 50% with filtered water. So I don't know. This plant is amazing though. I love it so much. Very underrated and a very easy growing one. It's so cool to see this whole part just like fold up at night. I just love the Calathea and Maranta family. They're just so fascinating. So now I want to show you some propagations I have going on as well, because those are doing pretty well too, and I'm really excited. So let's go. Here's my current propagation area. I have a heat mat here, which I highly recommend. I feel like it's helped so much with propagation. I will have the link down below in the description box if you all want to try it out. It's really affordable. It stays on. It doesn't get too hot. The water doesn't even get really that hot. I've tried the water. My plants love it, and yeah, definitely recommend. My grow lights I haven't had on as long now because the days are getting longer and the light's brighter, but I will also have those linked down below if you want to check them out. So yeah, here's my setup. This is pretty much everything that I'm propagating. This is my Anthurium veitchii. I usually leave him out, but since he's coming out with a new leaf, I figured I would give him some extra humidity and help that leaf come out further. But you see that little baby there? Look at that. So cute. He's a little crooked right now, but that's okay. This was the latest leaf that it came out with, and I don't really think that leaf is going to be too big, but that's okay. Hopefully the next one will be bigger and slightly more rippled. But that's little baby there. Next is the cutest thing ever. I am, hold on, let me see if I can get this. Propagating some turtles, and I wanted to see if obviously they're peperomia, and peperomia you don't need nodes. You could just do stem propagations or leaf propagations, and I've just been having fun experimenting with that. And I wanted to try with just a leaf of a turtle. of a Peperomia prostrata. So as you can see, it's in there and it has some new babies coming out. The tiniest little babies. They're so cute. I literally just stuck it in there. Haven't done anything, and it even has a little root coming out. I don't know if you could see that over here. And then I have, this is my Peperomia caparata pink lady, and that one started sprouting some new roots. And then that one is a ruby cascade, which I just put in there. I haven't had success in leaf propagations on the ruby cascade, but I just wanted to try it again. This is my Pilea peperomoides that I had in water for the longest time, and now I transitioned it to soil, and I think I might lose maybe 1 or 2 leaves, but it's overall doing really well. I got this one in May of last year, and this is it. Like, how sad is that? I struggled with this plant so much, but I think it's going to be okay. Next, I have the silver ladies. This one doesn't have any roots yet, but this one does. So that's really awesome. Came out with a new leaf, but I don't know what this leaf is going to do. But super pretty, really excited about that. And one of the most exciting updates is my elbow has so much new growth coming through. Oh, do you guys see that? Like, so many roots. It's amazing and mind-blowing. I've been putting it on the heat mat at night, and usually in the daytime I move it closer to the window. I just didn't do that today, but I feel like the heat mat really helped with that. I also was using my fish water to propagate it in water, and I feel like that helped a lot too. I think it's been around 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. And the one that I have in moss has also been growing really well. It has, last time I checked, it had 1 little root coming out, and that was a week ago that I checked, or maybe less than a week ago. But I don't want to take it out now because, you know, it's in moss, but they're both doing amazing, and I am shocked, to be honest. And my stingray is coming out with a new leaf, as you could see. I think this one might be dying off. It just started getting those edges, so that's kind of a bummer. This plant did have really nice leaves like a month ago, and I cut one because it just didn't recover that well from repotting it, and then I cut another one because it was just so massive, and I was afraid, I don't know, I'm always afraid this plant has spider mites, and I was afraid that it was going to give my other plant spider mites because it just kept touching because it was just so big. I don't know, so I cut it. So this is what we have now. Let's see if it'll actually drop that leaf or not. I'll let you all know. My camouflage that has been stealing my heart because, as you can see, he literally just unfurls a leaf and grows a new one. It's incredible. I don't understand what his problem is. I haven't even fertilized him yet. He is just on a league of his own. I mean, he's massive. And yeah, I love him. I would like to get some more dark green specks going on. I think that'll be cool. So we'll see what happens as the sunlight gets more intense. So hopefully we could get some more dark green variegation going. Alright, houseplanters, well, that wraps it up for this video. That is all the new growth that's happening in my plants and in my propagation here in my jungle. And I would love to hear what's going on in yours right now. Are you all really excited about spring despite everything that's going on? And yeah, I really hope this was able to get your mind off things for a few minutes. and I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. I will see you all in my next video. I hope you like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.